What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more ABBA, and we're back with the final tune on their 1981 album, The Visitors. Final track on their last album in the initial run of the group. Ultimately, there are I think 5 or 6 bonus tracks, and Adam is particularly excited to hear some of those, so that has me keyed up to go through those as well. But yeah, we've been on a journey now for a few months, and so many people have become good friends of the channel, and I've gotten a much better understanding of who ABBA has been and their musical legacy. Now, obviously, these songs will continue to seep into my mind and my musical brain for weeks and months and years, but ultimately I have come to a much greater understanding and appreciation of who they've been through this journey. So once more, shout out to Adam, shout out to all the ABBA fans who've become part of this near daily journey. And yeah, ultimately it feels like a significant thing to get to the end of this album. I really do appreciate the more mature and perhaps cinematic heavy sound, which people mention. You know, Benny and Bjorn are going to get into that type of music mode more overtly once the initial run of ABBA ended. So yeah, ultimately I have detected a notable atmosphere to this album overall, though again there's been hallmarks that I think speak very much to the music and the vibe that has carried through their albums from the very beginning. So again, very much ABBA, even if it's an ABBA unlike previous albums, if that makes sense. So essentially as advertised by a number of you as we got closer to this album in the first place. Again, looking forward to hearing this final tune, which is Like an Angel Passing Through, is it My Room? Or is it The Room? I think it's My Room. Yeah, and Like an Angel Passing Through My Room. And also, as I said, very much excited to hear what I assume are a number of B-side tunes from this period. So yeah, Like an Angel Passing Through My Room, it speaks to some transcendent experience and something heavenly or divine, whether that is seen in a more, overtly religious context, or I suspect perhaps more figurative or metaphorical. And indeed, it could be not just an emotional feeling, but perhaps an actual person who is himself or herself like, a heavenly celestial being, someone who is divine in that way. So yeah, I wonder, it's a poetic phrase, it's a phrase that has a nice literary quality to it, but yeah, it's hard to get a sense of what it will be. And fair to say, I am aware that there are some multiple songs on this album that have, a global or a historical meaning in the moment in time that it was created. So it wouldn't be, or I wouldn't find it terribly surprising if there's more than, the actual meanings of the words, and the title meaning room might not be a room per se. So yeah, I wonder what it might be, but it certainly has a nice literary quality to it. So let's find out. This is ABBA, Like an Angel Passing Through My Room, the final track on their 1981 album, The Visitors. Certainly sounds celestial.
Long awaited darkness falls, casting shadows on the walls. In the twilight hour I am alone, sitting near the fireplace. Dying embers warm my face in this peaceful solitude. All the outside world subdued. Everything comes back to me again in the gloom, like an angel passing through my room. Half awake and half in dreams, see and long for garden scenes. So the present runs into the past. Now and then become entwined, playing games within my mind, like the embers as they die. Love was one prolonged goodbye, and it all comes back to me tonight in the gloom, like an angel passing through my room. When my twilight images go by, too soon, like an angel passing through my room.
Amazing. Really beautiful tune. Another very cinematic one. It felt again like musical theater at a couple points, operatic almost when she really hit those, sort of operatic type vocals. A couple moments near the end there, which really like struck me. I was already sort of really locked into the tune and just sort of following it musically and emotionally, and then it just went to another level in terms of the vocal sonic. So yeah, insane. And it's interesting. It's that rhythmic aspect, which eventually was the only thing left in the song, and which I believe began the song. I feel like it sounded sort of music box like. It also sounded very metronome like, but it could also be a ticking timer, which I felt like there's some ways or there's some lines in the song that I don't know did lend themselves to a more metaphorical interpretation. But yeah, I don't know. That basically the ticking, it's like it was rhythmic and it felt like oldie timey with some of the sonics. Again, sort of like a music box. But it also had sort of this ominous, like relentless feeling to it. So it was like, time is ticking, time is running out. And again, given the opening track of the album, it feels like maybe there could be greater significance to that. So yeah, ultimately, not quite sure what's happening thematically, but a really beautiful and rich song, sonically and especially vocally. Well composed, and again, it sounds like they're really, wanting to make sonic stories, sonic movies, if you will. So another one that had a very theatrical quality. So really love the album. It's hard for me to get past that opening track. I've been enjoying the whole album, and admittedly the last couple tunes in particular, it's been like a very solid end to the album. But I gotta say, I don't know, The Visitors, the title track, still it's in my daily playlist. So a testament to how much I've enjoyed that track in particular. So yeah, great record. Looking forward to hearing what people have to say about this one. This is another one where there were some people like, oh, I love the track that you just listened to, but wait till you get to the next one, which again, it seems like it's every ABBA reaction. So I do enjoy that little development that's become a regular part of the ABBA playlist. But there were some people who said that about this one, and they were very much looking forward to it. So I certainly can appreciate that now. As I said, I think there's like 5 or 6 B-side or bonus tunes on the second disc of this expanded folder. Eventually, we will move on to the more recent album, and then, as I mentioned before, I'm aware there's already access to both the Frida and Anyata solo material, so there's no dearth of ABBA-related material in the future, but we have come a long way. Wanted to give a big shout out to all the people who become a big part of this journey. There's a number of you who comment regularly. There's some who comment every once in a while. There's a few people who show up like new for each reaction, so Yeah, it's just become a big musical and ABBA related party, so big shout out to all of you. Let me know what you think of this, and we'll see you next time. Peace.